Hey everyone, it's Edge here, and on today's video we're going to be diving into Bitcoin with Elliott Wave Theory. We're starting here on 4-hour time frame and taking a look at what kind of counts can we have here locally. First of all, in this range again, starting from the June 2022, and of course on the very local structures. On the very local structures as well, we're going to be diving into ETH as well and see what kind of structures we can be expecting after this one. Currently, I'm already saying from the start of this video, this is a very confusing area, so do not expect a clear answer at all from this video because again, I don't have one at the moment. But let's start with the more macro here, where the idea has been that we've had an expanded flat here as an ABC. This is one of the scenarios. WXY could be fitting here as well, where this last leg would be an ABC. It's very doable here as well, kind of decent looking as well with the proportions. If we are going to be extending up higher, then I don't really like the WXY count anymore because again, the extensions that we have here locally, or more macro I mean, from here, and we can see that we are already gone beyond the 1.618. Here is still kind of fine looking. Anything higher I would be turning more towards that expanded flat look that we have here. 2.618 is generally the maximum we want to be seeing on Bitcoin. I guess it could be going higher, but then we are going to be losing the look that we have here, and I guess the probabilities are going to be starting to go against it. 2.618 on log scale is around almost 40k, so again that is definitely an area of interest if this decides to jump up higher. At the moment I don't really have a good looking count that would take us to these points unless we are talking about way more bullish of a count, which is not this ABC. The bearish count is this one again, where we have already ended the C wave here at these tops, and now we'll be looking to correct downwards. Continuation of this larger trend to the downside, that is definitely a possibility. Do I like it? Well, we have some divergences here, double divergences. We did get a push to the downside, but we'll look into the local structure in just a moment to see what it can reveal to us. A more bullish scenario at which again we start a count from here and not an ending, or not an end of a count here. This would be a start of something, so this would be a 1-2 and looking for potential 1-2 here as well. I don't really like this being the low here for this wave 2 because again we did not even hit the 38.2 retracement of this move. Generally this time that we used for this higher degree wave 2 here was kind of small, so again we don't really have too much time here anymore for us to come down. This would be the best scenario here, that we are going to be getting some kind of pardon leg here very soon before the 1-to-1 extension is over. Once and if we are going to be hitting this 1-to-1 here, which is again the 5th of May, is going to be determining our bias afterwards, which is not really this case because again generally the higher degree wave 2s don't take longer than these smaller degree. So, but again, as mentioned, this was very shallow. It took, I think it was the 23.6 as the minimum, basically, yeah, 23.6 here as the minimum time. So if we are looking at that same 23.6, we can see that there is a chance that this whole structure is already bottomed here. So not really something that I like, but again, just a possibility and thoughts to be made here. Now maybe into the more important stuff, maybe not, but this one where we had the idea of having this as wave 1, 2, we got back to the third wave hitting the 1.618, which was the expectation, and then we were looking for again some kind of wave 4. Now we did get a push back up higher towards this previous wave 4 and rejected from it to the downside. The only way I could be labeling this, I guess, would be some kind of expanding diagonal, and you know that I don't really like these. It's the only way we can label this as a 5-way structure, and then thereafter we would be looking for some kind of move upwards. The other way of looking at this is an ABC, getting right into the 1.618 here, and then have another ABC here. Now again, this is massive, this wave C, so I'm not sure if I like this at all. because again this goes well beyond the 2.618 here. We need to be using the the impulse wave extensions almost to the 3.618. So yeah, it's not really my favorite count at the moment. I really don't know which one I should be looking at. I don't like the extension here, but I don't really like the expanding diagonal here either. So I'm between two bad counts, to me at least. Also, what makes this less good of a count is this drop here. Again, we can be making that into a file wave for sure. 1, 2, some kind of 3, very small 4 here, some kind of consolidation here, and then 5th. We did get some kind of divergence here. Not really playable in my opinion. And then right after we got another 3 ways up, consolidation in the middle, and then another move up. We can see on RSI is a higher point. So again, I think we have some kind of structure like this. I think this went to the 0.618, just barely. Let's make sure of that. No, it didn't even do that. And that makes the count even more complicated. Yeah, you can see that I don't really have a really good count for this. So that's why I've already mentioned in Discord that I'm going to be sitting out on Bitcoin for a bit until this whole thing clears out. I might be missing a trade, 2, 10, I don't know, but at least I want to be having some kind of certainty that I have at least some kind of grasp of what the market might be doing before entering any kind of trade setups. Now let's take a look at ETH. ETH was this kind of look. I've labeled this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This low that we had here on, well, basically 26th of April corresponds to this. Yeah. So while Bitcoin does not have the possibility of having this as a wave 4, ETH does, and it's not even looking too bad. It comes back to the previous wave 4 area with this expanded flat structure, drops down for a 5th, takes out the lows of the wave 3, gives us divergences here, and it looks decent. It actually looks decent. So unfortunately, there is no correlation between Bitcoin and ETH. ETH is so much better looking at this point. Again, of course, this wave 4 is kind of large, but it doesn't get to the 0.5 retracement here. But it's still kind of large, comparing, of course, it to this. So yeah, you can see the difference that it has. The other way of looking at this is that we have some kind of diagonal here into the end. Doesn't look too bad either, in my opinion. This, of course, in my opinion, looks more like a 3 waves. However, the way we came down here, I'm expecting one more low here to be made to get a partner leg for this one whenever this whole thing is finished. However, again, if this is not a 5-way move, we have to take out these highs and prove that to me. At the moment, this looked again like a 3-way structure like we had on Bitcoin, and then we just had this range basically here that we've been going sideways with. However, again, in my opinion, this looks kind of good as a potential triangle setup. RSI is not really liking that too much here on 30 minutes, nor on the 15 minutes. Maybe from here on out we could be getting a triangle, or from here. But yeah, it's not the best look at the moment. If this indeed was a triangle, A, B, C, D, and E, or a B, C, D, E, you know what to do. Of course, we could be having this kind of structure, and then we would be invalidating the idea that this was an impulse to the downside and continuation of that previous trend. I don't really like that. But again, that has to be considered where you want to be placing this 5th, whether it's here or here. If this is going to be the wave 2 that we would be expecting, or wave B upwards, then of course this would be some kind of structure like that we would be expecting. I want it to take out this low. Actually, I'll set an alarm here. Take out this low for any kind of trade possibility. For that to happen, again, I want to be seeing clear structure, more towards the downside, again taking out the liquidity that we have down here below the lows, and then getting another leg up higher. At that point, again, we have the possibility of getting back towards this golden pocket, which again, let's see if we can get some kind of measurements here. takes the liquidity from the lows here and 1-to-1 with the golden pocket at the same place. That would be a auto short for me against the highs, of course. And of course the expectation is either a B and C, or a 1, 2 and 3. But yeah, we can talk about that later. Bitcoin to me, however, is way more of a question mark. It doesn't have that great of a look. And also with ETH kept in mind, if we have some kind of structure like this with the diagonal here at the end, I don't really, I can't really see how this is played if this is a fifth. I don't really see a way to it. Maybe we have a B and then what? Maybe is it WXY? I don't know. The only sensible structure for me at the moment is this. And again, as mentioned, it has issues. But we'll see how that plays out. And once the market clarifies itself up a bit more, then I can create an update here. And of course, if you have questions, let me know on the comments. But I think that is going to do it for this video. A lot of ifs and question marks lying around, but that's sometimes Elliott Wave. And when it does that, or when an asset does that, you just stay away. It should be that simple. Can you stay away? That's up to you. But that is going to do it for this video. Again, if you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes and comments on this video. If you want to educate yourself, check out the advertisements at the end of the video. Thanks for watching and see you on the next video. Bye bye. Couple of advertisements here: Patreon Elliott Wave Basics course, weekly live streams and more Elliott Wave analyzers. Udemy Elliott Wave Advanced course, including RSI, risk management, Elliott Wave strategies and time analysis, and Candle Trade Capital, trade setups, education and community. Check us out if you're interested in learning more.